What a tune that is. Proper got me bopping in the studio. I've got a bit of women in music news now for you, and I've got a special guest coming up. But before that, did you know that the American music company Billboard regularly publishes its top songwriters and producers? And I saw this week that just 12% of the Billboard top 25 songwriters are women. That's 3 out of the 25 on the list. And it's also estimated that around the world, only 3% of music producers are non-male. Those are completely mad statistics. But a Norwegian singer-songwriter / producer is doing her bit to champion women in music production. She's called Maud, and she's an awesome musician who brought out her new song Nobody, and she joins me on the line now all the way from the south of Norway. Hello, Maud.
Hello, Lydia. Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
It's so good to have you all the way from like a few hundred miles away. This is crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
So where exactly are you right now?
Right now I am in Kristiansand, which is like way south of Norway.
Oof. Is it nice there? Is it well kept?
It's a nice city, yeah, absolutely. It's mostly like people here in the summer. It's like a summer town with the sea, and yeah.
Oh.
So it's a bit lazy in the winter.
Oh, I need to come and visit. I've never been to Norway before.
Yeah, you should.
But I should come. So how did you get into producing music, Maud? Like, what was your path into it?
I think for me, I've always been interested in music, and I started singing in a children choir when I was like a little kid, and then I started playing piano, and I did study music at high school in my hometown, and later on I actually studied for journalism, but I couldn't like let go of the music, so I started working with music production and learning myself how to produce electronic music on my own. And eventually I started studying electronic music here in Kristiansand.
So cool. I feel like I'd always wanted to know kind of like how a great song is put together. So you having that knowledge, I'm a bit jealous of you. But yeah, what do you love about music production yourself, actually doing it yourself?
For me, it's the production is as important as the songwriting, and normally I would produce and write the song at the same time. And I think what I love about music production is being able to kind of create my own sonic universe and shape it exactly the way I want it to sound, which is like it's a bit scary that it's so limitless. You can do anything, but it's also very nice.
What do you think like makes a really great song? Is there something that makes you think, oof, that's going to be the single?
Depends on like if it's a catchy, it could be a catchy, or it could be just like a weird song, you know. Depends really on the artist, I think.
Yeah, there's so many genres of music as well. It kind of depends what you're going for.
Yeah.
What kind, you know, the stats I said at the top of the link, the 12% of the Billboard top 25 music producers are women, and overall 3% are non-male. What do you make of those figures? What's your reaction?
Well, it's been like this for a long time, and it's still kind of concerning and weird to think about because we're in 2021, right? And you would think it would be differently, but I mean, it's a complex issue, and I don't think I have all the answers to why the situation is like this. But I think it shows that we still have to do an effort to change the imbalance. But at the same time, I still feel there's a change going on already, and I feel there are a lot more female producers now than when I started out producing my music. So I think it's been... Maybe it's a combination of raising more awareness of the gender gap through maybe organizations and forums, and like sharing knowledge, but also like encouraging younger girls to just produce their own music, because no one told me I could do it. It took me a lot of years to actually find out I could do it on my own.
Yeah, and I've heard from different producers I've spoken to over the years. Some are just undermined, you know. Some just sit at the back of the room and they're told by maybe their male peers that, oh, maybe you should just go back to the kitchen and go and hoover up or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Are there any like female producers that you particularly love at the moment?
Like I'm very into Grimes and her like approach to her career, because she's been doing so much different stuff, and that's really inspiring to know like you can do a whole different genre on your next album. It's not like you don't have to do it very like in a straight line. You can always do it differently, and that's what she's doing, and that's really cool, I think.
Yeah, I love Grimes. I mean, I've only just listened to that one song, Violence, that we played just before, and now I feel like I'm going to have to check out her whole back catalogue. She's so cool. So tell me about Nobody, your new song that you've brought out, because I think it's an absolute bop.
Yeah, thank you. Nobody is for me like, it's very aggressive in the production, but it's also a very kind of vulnerable and intimate song. And it's kind of emphasizing the chaos we may feel inside of us from time to time. And I think this song was a way for me to come to terms with the feeling of being alone against the world, knowing it would only be possible to evolve if I learn how to love myself. So I think I would be really happy if the listener feels empowered and fearless when listening to this track.
And you've got an album coming out as well later this year. It's all going to be self-produced, isn't it? Yeah,
it's written, produced and recorded by me, and some of the songs are also mixed by me.
That's so cool. What else can you tell us about that album? What kind of songs are on it? Can you give us any hints to the gorgeous listeners?
Of course. The songs have been written over the last 2 years, I think. So I feel every song has its own universe in a way. So I feel it can attract a lot of different people. And at some point in the process of making it, I was kind of nervous that the songs wouldn't fit together, because sometimes I just feel that the songs are so different from each other. But considering I'm producing every track and also singing on every track, I think they will feel connected to the listener still.
Yeah, I hope so too. And just lastly, before we play Maud, before we play Nobody even, how can we find you on social media and stuff if people want to know more?
They can follow me on every platform, and on Instagram my name is odd. So I hope you can find me there.
And you're going to up your Twitter game, aren't you?
Yeah, I have few followers on Twitter compared to you, so I'm gonna work on that this year.
We need to get you on. It's at _MM Maud on Twitter and everywhere else. Maud, it's been absolutely awesome to chat to you tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're an absolute legend. I love your music and just everything about you and your music and everything. So before we say goodbye, would you be able to introduce your song Nobody in true radio style for Gorgeous FM?
Yeah, so this is Women in Music with Lydia, and now we're gonna hear my self-produced track Nobody. Thank you so much for having me on your show, Lydia.
Thank you.